Hello and welcome to the Sports Talk Line Network, where we talk sports 24/7, 365. This is the Unnamed Sports Show's NBA recap of the Golden State Warriors versus Utah Jazz. Coming in on a four-game losing streak, sitting at 19-19, ninth in the West, the Warriors were looking to move up in the standings and give Steph Curry a happy birthday. It would not be an easy task as they would take on the 28-9 Utah Jazz, tops in the NBA and looking like they really couldn't be taken down this season. So let's get to the tip off as Andrew Wiggins would open the scoring for the Warriors. Nice little step back floater over Donovan Mitchell. Golden State would pull out early with a Andrew Wiggins dunk on the fast break before Draymond Green would make it 6-2 and force a quick timeout by Quinn Snyder. Mitchell would come out of the break and hit a three of his own before Mike Conley would get into the action for the Utah Jazz and hit a three of his own for the first lead of the evening. After some nice moves by Mitchell and a kick out to Royce O'Neal for the three, they led 11-9. So it wouldn't last long as the birthday boy, Steph Curry, would be fouled on the three and make the 4-point play. He was making all sorts of pre-plays on the night and was able to scoop it around the Utah defenders at 5:26 to bring the lead back at a 17-11. Golden State would extend their lead in the first quarter thanks to some nice play by their rookie big man, James Wiseman. He would get a little hook shot to push the lead to 24-11 before Joe Ingles for the Jazz would stop the bleeding with a three from the corner. Unfortunately, Wiseman would keep going as he would get a nice dish from Steph Curry and dunk it down to give the Warriors back a 33-22 lead at the end of the first quarter. So with second units in for both teams, the Jazz would try and close the gap. Jordan Clarkson, most likely the sixth man of the year this year, hit a three to cut the lead to 6 before Rudy Gobert would show his defensive game with a nice block at one end. Utah was using the screen to get switches, and Gobert was left with a small man covering him, which he would just take advantage of under the hoop. He would make them pay with the dunk and one. It was just a 35-34 game before the Warriors bench would come alive. Jordan Poole would hit one of two deep threes to push the lead back up to 6. Both teams were firing from beyond the arc as they would shoot 52 and 40% respectively for the half. Bojan Bogdanovic would hit a three from the corner. You can't leave this guy open in the corner. It was 5:22 to go in the second quarter, and they were essentially trading threes as Nico Mannion would hit one for the layups after a nice James Wiseman screen. Curry would check back into the game shortly after and make an immediate impact as he was able to find Poole with the touchdown, a long pass, and the easy layup. Golden State was trying to do as much as they could on the fast break and not let Utah set up their defense. Smart move. Utah's a great defensive game. Green would get one of the Warriors' 8 steals in the half and go down for the easy slam dunk. Green would take over the end of the second quarter with a big three before going end to end and slamming it home to end the half, thanks to a great screen from Steph Curry. Golden State was up 67-54, thanks to 14 points and 6 assists from the birthday boy in the first half. Mike Conley led Utah with 18 points. Let's see if Utah could clamp up defensively in the second half. Like the opening quarter, the third started off with an Andrew Wiggins jumper for the Warriors. After Rudy Gobert would get another rebound and put it back easily, he was outmatched on the defensive end trying to guard Steph Curry out at the line. An easy step back for Steph would bring the lead back up to 11 for the Warriors. Donovan Mitchell would start to see the buckets go down as he would hit a three on a second chance for the Jazz. Utah would keep cutting into the lead thanks to some nice ball movement that led to a Conley finding Gobert for the dunk. The lead was cut to 77-69. The Warriors would take a quick timeout, and after Mitchell made another three with 7:37 to go. Gobert would cut the lead to 6 with an alley-oop, but Golden State had an answer, mainly in part thanks to the shooting of Curry, who would knock down another three with 4:30 to go. Joe Ingles would get 3 of his 8 points for Utah, but the Warriors were playing Utah's game. Wiseman would get a block before running the floor and getting an easy layup. Showing that he could hit pretty much any shot he wanted, Steph decided to throw up this circus layup around Rudy Gobert. The quarter would end with a steal by Jordan Clarkson, and he would make it 95-86. And that's how we would go into the final quarter. 13 points was cut to 9, and the Jazz would need to take advantage of the bench to start the fourth. Thankfully, they would do just that as they scored the first 6 points, thanks to a nice Conley layup before Rudy Gobert would cut the lead to just 3 with 2 on the inside. Andrew Wiggins was having one of his best games of the season and would come up big with this steal and throw it down for the uncontested dunk. Jordan Clarkson, as usual, was big off the bench for the Jazz as he would hit a three-pointer to cut the lead to just 2. Utah would cut it to within 1 and have a chance to take the lead, but after a foul was challenged and overturned, Wiseman would get a pass from Poole to give the Warriors a bit of breathing room. The teams would trade buckets with second units in still, and at 6:41, Nico Mannion would get a steal and find Poole on the fast break. That would open up the floodgates as Steph Curry would check back in for the Warriors. Poole would hit another 3, and after Utah responded with a Mitchell layup, it was just not enough as Eric Paschall would also hit a 3. Some great ball movement, and that made the lead back up to 118-109. Kind of looked like Utah was running out of gas. Gobert was doing his best work down low and ended up finishing the game with 28 rebounds. But it was Steph Curry's birthday, and he wasn't going to let anyone steal the show. He would nail a big 3 with some fancy. He would nail a big 3 before some fancy dribbling and then a beautiful one-handed dart pass to find Andrew Wiggins for another 3. Golden State Warriors would hold on despite a bit of a foul game late for the 131-119 win over the Utah Jazz. The Warriors moved to 20-19 thanks to a big night from the birthday boy, 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. Andrew Wiggins, like I said, had also a big night with 28 points. And Draymond Green was everywhere, finishing with an 11-point, 12 rebound, 12 assists, 4 steal, triple-double. So for the Jazz, who finally got their 10th loss of the year, Mitchell had 24 points, but didn't really heat up until the second half. Mike Conley had 23 points and 6 assists. And to go with his 28 rebounds on the night, Rudy Gobert also had 24 points in the loss. Jordan Clarkson was able to add 21 points off the bench for the Jazz. So the Warriors have no rest as they will get right back in action Monday night against the Los Angeles Lakers, and they will need to play a similar complete game if they want to beat them tomorrow. Utah will head out east and take on the Boston Celtics at TD Garden on Tuesday. So if you missed any of the game highlights, make sure to check them down below in the Sports Talk Line Network. While you're down there, make sure to like the video as well. For the Sports Talk Line Network, this has been the Unnamed Sports Show's NBA recap of the Warriors and Jazz. Until next time, NBA fans.